Good morning. This is Vaughn Daly. It's the 2nd of February 2024, and I'm coming to you today for a couple things, I think. I've been sitting here praying and wondering what Holy Spirit wants me to share today, and two things are coming to mind. First is the question, are you ready? If Jesus came today, are you ready? Are you ready to be done here on earth? Not in the physical form. I'm talking in spiritual form. Have you submitted to Jesus? Have you built a relationship with Jesus? Have you changed from who you were before Jesus? I mean, only you know, right? Because you can say the right things, you can do the right things in front of man, in front of people, right? But you know, if you're still doing the same things you did before you said you accepted Jesus, you might want to think about having a reality check. When you truly accept Jesus and you're baptized by the Holy Spirit, all the things that weren't from God in your life start being chipped away. You start not wanting to do them. The desire to sin, which is a road to destruction, is being burned away. It talks about in Matthew chapter 3. And when those desires are gone and you really start to build a relationship with God the Father and Jesus and Holy Spirit, there's no doubt in your mind what's going on. And the more you learn who they are, and the more they share with you, because you can understand their voice more and more, the more you want to learn. I mean, and everything that used to be very exhausting, used to make you anxious and have full of anxiety and fear, that goes away. And joy and hope takes its place. We are not strong enough in our physical bodies to handle this world. I learned that when I had my stroke. Before my stroke, I was pretty self-sufficient. Ask anybody that knew me, especially my wife. If I put my mind to it, I could do it, right? And God gave me gifts that allowed me to be innovative. He gave me endurance that never ended. He gave me the ability to solve problems. He gave me the strength beyond what a lot of people have, right? Well, that all changed the time I had the stroke. I mean, some of it's still the same. I don't have the strength I had, the physical strength, but I knew at that point that I couldn't operate on my own power. I had to run to Jesus to gather strength to continue. The strength that allowed me to get where I am today is not my strength. Lord knows that. If it wasn't for the people that love me, the people I love, my wife, my children, my friends around the world that supported me, if it wasn't for God, Jesus, and Holy Spirit, I wouldn't be here. I wasn't strong enough to deal with it. As strong as I thought I wasn't strong enough. And so many times during conversations with Christians, I'll hear, when I stopped operating on my own power, that's when things really changed for the good. So what they mean is, I stopped operating on my own power and turned it over to the Lord, to Jesus, right? then things started happening for the good. So if you're operating under your own power, if you haven't totally submitted, now I'm going to say you probably know that, because I knew that I was glorifying myself, thanking God for the ability to glorify myself, and the little voice inside my head was going, you should be doing more for the Lord. You should be doing more for the Lord. You know you should be doing more for the Lord. But okay, I will tomorrow, right? I like what I'm doing today. Even though what I was doing today, so to speak, back then, wasn't wrong, but it became every day, right? I was pleasing myself. I love to chase waterfalls. I love to hike and run, out in the mountains, to the point where most people thought I was crazy that I could even do that. But I did it, and I love doing it. But I was given the gifts to be able to do that. But really, the gifts weren't for me, and I was using them for me. They were meant to glorify God. And so what I'm saying is, you'll know. Listen to that inner voice. Listen to the Holy Spirit. All right. I was going to talk about courage, but like I said yesterday, I want to keep the video short. So I still have a thing about courage I want to talk about. I'll probably do that tomorrow or the next day. So just today is like self-reflection to get prepared for what's coming. Are you ready for Jesus to come back? Because if you aren't, you need to get that way. If you don't know Jesus, today is a good day to get to know him. Alright? May you always walk in the truth.